is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and today we have some interesting topics, though not necessarily the happiest of topics. So if you are easily disturbed, today's video might not be the best for you, or today's videos, should I say. So we're starting off with one from CNN, and this is about a 10-year-old girl at school. And this is really sad. A 10-year-old black girl was arrested at school in Hawaii over a drawing that upset a parent. Yes, you heard that right. A little 10-year-old girl was arrested by Honolulu Police Department over a drawing that upset a parent. The American Civil Liberties Union of Hawaii is demanding policy changes after a 10-year-old black girl was arrested at school over a drawing linked to a run-of-the-mill dispute among children. In response to the incident, the ACLU sent a letter Monday to the Honolulu Police Department, the State Department of Education, and the Attorney General's Office, asking them to adopt policy changes, expunge all records of the arrest, and to pay $500,000 in damages for harm and suffering caused by their agencies. So last year, in July 2020, a parent called the Honolulu High School, elementary school, in Honolulu, to complain about the drawing made by a girl and demanded the staff to call the police. The ACLU said when the police arrived, the girl, who was identified as MB, was handcuffed with excessive force and taken to the police station, the ACLU says. The girl's mother, Tamara Taylor, says she was called to the school, but she was not allowed to see her daughter or informed that her daughter was handcuffed. Her parent, her legal guardian, was not even told that her own daughter was handcuffed. In front of staff and her peers, placed into a squad car and was taken away. I was stripped of my rights as a parent, and my daughter was stripped of her right to protection and representation as a minor. There was no understanding of diversity or of African American culture and the history of police involvement with African American youth. My daughter and I are traumatized from these events, and I'm disheartened to know that this day will live in my daughter's memory forever, Taylor said in a statement shared by the ACLU on her behalf. The Honolulu Police Department told CNN on Tuesday it was reviewing the letter and will be working with Corporation Counsel to address these allegations. A spokeswoman for Hawaii Department of Education said the agency did not have a comment at this time. In the letter, the ACLU said the girl had allegedly participated in drawing an offensive sketch of a student in response to that student bullying her. In the days after her arrest, the girl told her mother that she drew the picture, but several other students were involved in colouring and writing on it, the group says in the letter. The girl said she did not want the drawing delivered. One of the other students snatched it from her hands and delivered it anyways. Now, I'm not even going to go into that. I am not going to even go into that. I'm not even going to go into the drawing, because I don't care how bad the drawing was. I honestly do not care how bad that drawing was. Arresting a 10-year-old girl over a picture that a parent didn't like? Really? That is disgusting. And what's more disgusting is not even telling the child's mother that they have been arrested and taken to jail. What? And that they don't have legal representation. Cops interrogating a 10-year-old child. It's absolutely disgusting. And this is why I call the channel Red Panda Rants, because it's genuinely things that make me angry, and this is one of them. No child deserves to be treated like that. And yes, there are children that commit horrible crimes. This is not one of them. But even children that commit horrible crimes still deserve representation as everyone else. If an adult deserves representation and is expected to have representation, how on earth is any measurable circumstance can it be acceptable for a child to be denied them same rights? A child. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. We're going to move on from this one, though. And we're going to move on to another article. And this one is from SB Sun. Or The Sun. I'm presuming this is the American Sun. It looks like the American Sun. So, deputy filmed kicking Victorville pursuit suspect in the head is charged with felony assault. Yeah, you heard that one right. We've just got lovely stories today. A felony assault charge has been filed against the San Bernardino County Sheriff's deputy who was videotaped kicking a suspect twice in the head after the suspect appeared to surrender in Victorville. The County District Attorney's Office announced on Wednesday, October 20th. Deputy Corey Smith, 28, was charged with one felony count of assault under the colour of authority on Wednesday. Court records showed Smith is accused of assaulting Willie C. Jones in Victorville on June 16th. Smith's employment status within the Sheriff's Department was not immediately clear. He was previously placed on paid administrative leave following the incident, the Sheriff's Department said in June. It was immediately clear if Smith had been taken into law enforcement custody. The June 16th incident started around 12:40 a.m. when a deputy attempted to pull over Jones on his motorcycle for alleged traffic violations, prompting a pursuit. Jones ran several stoplights and then went the wrong way on the 15 freeway, nearly causing head-on collisions. The Sheriff's Department says Jones left the freeway and ditched his bike near a car dealership. The video obtained by TMZ showed Jones emerging from underneath the car before a deputy approached, prompting Jones to surrender. Jones then got on his knees and into a prone position when Smith approached and kicked him in the head twice, the video depicted. I'm obviously not going to show the video because I don't want to get in trouble on YouTube, which is, the thing. At a July 2 news conference, Jones said jailers pressured him into accepting $4,000 and signing a waiver in which he promised not to sue the county for excessive force prior to him speaking to a lawyer. Jones said he had not cashed the check in July. Regardless of anyway, there's no non-disclosure agreement or waiver that you can sign that stops you from pressing criminal charges. It's illegal. It's like NDA agreements. NDA agreements, you can, NDA agreements can stipulate whatever the hell they want in them. But when it comes to criminal offences, they're null and void. They have no standing or bearing. But yeah, disgusting again. And we're going to move on to another fun one, which is Alyssa Milano. And this is from justjar.com. Alyssa Milano gets arrested outside the White House. So yes, the charmed actress, 48 years old, was arrested alongside protesters on Tuesday, October 19th, at a demonstration urging for action on voting rights outside of the White House. I was just arrested for demanding the Biden administration and the Senate to use their mandate to protect voting rights. Stand with me and people for and tell the Senate and White House that voting rights shouldn't depend on where you live. So the Senate is scheduled to do a vote, but basically she was arrested for protesting, and I think it's kind of messed up. So the voting system in the UK isn't great. It just isn't, right? It isn't. We use the first past post system, same as America. In fact, America adopted our system for the way they sort of do voting. But the difference between America and the UK is that constituencies or states, whichever word you want to use, constituencies in the UK and states in America. In the UK, voting rights are the same everywhere. It's one law, it's the same. Everyone who falls into the category can vote, right? Whereas in America, voting rights differ between state to state, and voting systems also differ between state to state. Certain states have different voting systems. I can't remember which ones specifically, but I know there's a few that have adopted different ones for other reasons, for elections, and yeah, I think it's not unfair to ask and say that, can we get to a point now where everyone has the same voting rights, regardless of what state you live in? I think it's a little bit absurd that the rules vary so much depending on where you are, what type of voting systems there are, where you can vote, how you can vote, and all that. And yeah, but also some of the other stuff that they did, that they've been wanting to vote on is the Freedom to Vote Act, right? Which will make it easy to register to vote and make election day a holiday. And I think that's actually fair, that election day should be a holiday. I think you shouldn't be prevented from voting because you have to work, right? Everyone has the right to vote, and I think having one day a year where you say, okay, this day everyone has the right to vote, yeah, I think that's fair. I think that's acceptable. And I think voting rights in general, it should be the same everywhere. It shouldn't be, if I live here, I can vote. If I live here, I can't vote. It shouldn't be like that. The criteria should be the same across the board. And then that way the voting system, the democratic system is fair and reasonable, and everyone feels like their vote is matters, and that it is cared about, and that is valued in the same way, right? You never want it to be that some people's votes matter more than anyone else's. But yeah, that's what we were talking about with Just Jard. And we're going to move on to the final article of this video. And this one is about Tilly Ramsay, and it comes from ABC. Now, Tilly Ramsay is Gordon Ramsay's daughter, and she has slammed British radio host Steve Allen for commenting on her weight. And this is like kind of a sad one. It's not horrifically bad in the ways that things can be horrifically bad, but at the same time, it is kind of disgusting in many ways. So Tilly Ramsay is the daughter, as I said before, of Gordon Ramsay. 19-year-old is a contestant on Celebrity MasterChef Australia, and also the BBC show Strictly Come Dancing, which is airing in the UK. And Steve Allen is a host on LBC. He's a 67-year-old radio producer, radio host. And he commented and says that, in response to a question or comment about her, that she's a chubby little thing, isn't she? Have you noticed? Probably her dad's cooking. And yeah, that's just unacceptable. Now, you can have opinions upon people's careers, the content that they produce, their acts that are being depicted in the public eye. You can have opinions about all of that, about their careers and everything. But there's a difference between having an opinion upon something and trying to be factual and, create a story and really contribute to something. And then there's just maliciousness. And I think, in my opinion, this doesn't constitute as, oh, I want to tell a story. This constitutes as, I want to hurt you, and I want to hurt your father, and I'm going to say these things that are nasty and cruel, that don't offer anything of value outside of making you feel bad as a person, or trying to make you feel bad as a person. But Tilly Ramsay, to her credit, she did not let this get to her. She posted a tweet. I believe it's tweet. I think it's tweet. Is it a tweet? It's an Instagram post. I think it's tweet. It's not Instagram post. It's an Instagram post. Okay. Anyways, let's read this. Tilly Ramsay. I try not to read and listen to comments and negativity. However, recently been called out on a national radio station by a 67-year-old man is a step too far. Steve, please feel free to voice your opinions. However, I draw the line at commenting on my appearance. It's such a shame that someone is trying to make such a positive experience negative. This isn't the first time and definitely won't be the last comment made about my appearance, and I accept that, and I'm learning to accept myself. Please remember that words can hurt, and that at the end of the day, I am only 19, and I'm so grateful for the amazing opportunities I've been able to take part in, and I understand that being in the public eye obviously comes with its own repercussions, and I've been aware of that from a young age. However, I won't tolerate people that think it's okay to publicly comment and scrutinise anyone's weight and appearance. And this is fair. And I will explain this more. I don't know why people think it's acceptable to insult someone about their looks. When it's cruel, right? People are different. Everyone's different, and you wouldn't like it if everyone commented on your appearance and your looks and started telling you how disgusting and horrible you look. It's essentially bullying and harassment. And this ideology that just because you're in the public eye or because you're somehow well known in somewhere, like it doesn't even have to be majorly well known. It could be just a few thousand people who know you. That doesn't automatically or shouldn't equate to them having the right to harass and maliciously, tell you that you are somehow in somewhere not deserving of respect. Everyone deserves respect and dignity. And I think in this example, it just shows the opposite of that. But yeah, she made the comment. She didn't attack him. She just said how sad it was and that people shouldn't be treated this way. And I thought that was a very mature response for a 19-year-old. And a very good way to handle it. But anyways, guys, if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. Comment down below. Let me know what you guys thought of this video. Let me know what you thought on all the topics. I know a lot of them were a little bit sadder than normal today. I thank you for watching this video. I appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in the next one.